So, Mr. Novel, the novel of Naval Ravikant, the almanack of Naval Ravikant by Jorgenson, Eric Jorgenson says if you want to be part of great tech company, then you need to be sell or able to sell or build. If you don't do either, then learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. It's a very true. What it is while building the product, there is this hard and this motivate. It can stop. It can include design. It can include development. It can include manufacturing. It logistics, procurement. It can never be, and it can even be designing or building a service. But in every industry, there is a definition of the builder. In our tech industry, it is the CTO, it is a programmer, it is a software engineer or software engineer. The other side of it is sales. Again, sales has a very broad definition. The sales doesn't necessarily just mean selling to individual customers, but it can mean marketing, it can mean communicating, it can mean recruiting, it can mean raising money, it can mean spending, it could mean being clear. It's a broad umbrella category. Let's talk more about the real estate business. The worst kind of job is someone who is doing labor to repair a house. Maybe you get paid $10 or $20 an hour. You go to your people's houses. Your boss demands you are there at 8 a.m. and you repair the piece of the house, and you have been zero leverage. You have some accountability, but not really. But because your accountability is to your boss or to the client, you don't have any real specific knowledge. Since what you're doing is labor, lots of people can do. You're not going to get paid a lot. You're getting paid minimum wage plus a little bit for its skill and your time. The next level up might be the general contractor working on their house for the owner. They may be getting paid $50,000 for doing the whole project. They are getting paid and they're paying the labor $15 an hour. And they're giving a difference. A general contractor is obviously a better place to be. But how do we measure it? How do we know it's better? Well, we know it's better because this person has some accountability. They are responsible for the outcome. They have to sleep at night. If things are not working, contractors have leverage through leverage working for them. They also have a little bit more specific knowledge how to organize a team, make them show up on time, and how to deal with city regulations. It's what the specific knowledge. Guys, see, it is a specific knowledge that matters a lot. The next level might be a real estate developer. Developer is someone who is going to buy a property, hire a bunch of contractors, and transform it into something high value. So real estate is a thing, man. Real estate is a thing. Let me just turn on the fan. Developer takes more risk, more accountability, has more leverage, and needs to have more specific knowledge. They need to understand fundraising, regulations, where the real estate market is headed, and whether they should take the risk or not. It is more difficult. The next level up might be someone who is managing money in a real estate fund. They have an enormous amount of capital leverage. They are dealing with lots of developers, and they're buying huge amounts of housing inventory. One level beyond that might be somebody who says, actually, I want to bring a maximum leverage to bear in this market and maximum specific knowledge. So, guys, this is the word specific knowledge. So, इसका specific knowledge का value है. Otherwise, सब लिखा हुआ है बस, कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. The person would say, well, I understand the real estate and I understand everything from basic housing construction to building properties and selling them to how real estate markets move and thrive. And I also understand the technology business, how I understand how to recruit developers, how to write code, how to build a good product, and I understand how to raise money from venture capital, how to return it, and how all of that works. How all of that works. This is the keyword. If you know it, then you are a star. Obviously, not a single person may know this. You pull a team together to do it. You have to pull a team together to do it. Now you need to understand how team works, how to hire the team, how to manage the team, how to pay them, how not to pay them, and how these many things are like some not one person can do. When you manage a lot of people, then you are earning on top of them. You will pull a team together to do it, where each have different skill sets, but that combined entity would have special knowledge in technology and in real estate. It would have massive amount accountability because the company's name would be a very high risk, high reward effort attached to the whole thing, and people would devote their lives to it and become significantly. It would leverage in the code with lots of developers. It would have capital with investors putting money in and the founder's capital. It would have some of the highest quality labor you can find, which is high quality engineers, designers, and marketers who are working on the company. Each level has increasing leverage, increasing accountability, increasing specific knowledge. You are adding in money based leverage on top of labor based leverage. Adding code based leverage on top of money and labor allows you to actually create something bigger and get closer and closer to owning all the upside, not just being paid a salary. You start as an employee, you start as a salaried employee, whatever it is. But you want to start as an employee, but you want to work your way up to try to and get higher leverage, more accountability system. The combination of those over a long period of time with the magic of compound interest will make you wealthy. This is good for any every kind of field and everything. You start as an employee, then you get upper knowledge, and you get more leverage about get people. You get people become a contractor, like a kind of contractor. Tech will not in business whatever. You become a contractor. There are people working on the top of that, and you have their leverage, and then you have the ability to choose them from them. Well, we have the ability to manage them. You have the ability to work the best of the people. You have the ability to find the best of the people who pay you the best. Then this is how you manage. So you become a kind of contractor. Contractor is any field in the world, if you have the knowledge and if you have the context, you can be the best of the world. You stay out of the things that could cause you to lose all of your capital, all of your savings. Don't gamble everything on the go. Instead, take rationally optimistic bets with big upsides. Get paid for a judgment, choosing what kind of job, career, and fields you get into and what sort of deals you are willing to take from your employer will give you much more free time. Then you don't have to worry as much about time management. I would love to be paid purely for my judgment, not for any work. I want a robot, a capital, or a computer to do the work. But I want to be paid for my judgment. Judgment, my knowledge, my skills, my decision making skills, my instincts, my presence of mind, my common sense. All of these makes a lot of money. I think every human should aspire to being knowledgeable about certain things and being paid or for our unique knowledge. We have as much leverage as is possible in our business, whether it's through robots or computers or what we have. Then we can master our own free time because we are just being tracked on outputs and not inputs. Imagine someone comes along who demonstrably has slightly better judgment. They are right but 5% of time instead of 75%. You will pay them 15 million, 100 million, 200 million, whatever it takes because 10% better judgment. Sharing $100 million ship is very valuable. Sales are highly paid because of their leverage. Small differences, judgment, and ability really get amplified. But this is what I was telling you. Like, if your decision making skills and it's knowledge based reason, data based reason, and plus it is your intuition. So this combination is like very highly valuable. Demonstrated judgment, credibility around the judgment is so critical. Warren Buffett wins here before because he has massive credibility. He has been very accountable. He has been right over and over in public domain. He has built a reputation for very high integrity. So you can trust him. People will throw infinite leverage behind him because of his judgment. Nobody asks him how hard he works. Nobody asks him how he wakes up when he goes to sleep. They are like, Warren, just do your thing. Judgment, especially demonstrated judgment with high accountability and a clear track record is critical. He wastes our time with short-term thinking and busy work. Warren Buffett spends a year deciding and a day acting. That act lasts decades. Just from being marginally better, like winning a quarter mile fraction of a second faster, some people get paid a lot more. Others have magnitude more. Leverage magnifies those differences even more. Being at the extreme in your art is very important in the age of leverage. So these are the time when 99% of the time, 90% of people will make very less amount of money. Plus, then 99% will make good money, and then the top 1% of the money people, they are the charm. They are the lucky charm. They will do anything or everything to take in what it takes to be in the top 1%. They will do murder. I'm just kidding. Don't do murder. Even do it. Not an issue. But be the top 1% in the industry. What murder? Murder your soul. What murder your soul? Murder your whatever your inactivity. Murder your dreams. Whatever you do, be in present the moment. Be in the top 1% of the thing. Then you'll be respected in the world. Then you paid a lot more than 99% of the world. Prioritizing focus. I have encountered plenty of the bad luck along the way. The first little fortune I made, I made, I instantly lost in the stock market. The second little fortune I made, or should I made, I basically got cheated out by business person. It's only the third time around that has been a charm. It takes 3x more effort, whatever you do. You will be cheated, you will be corrupted, you will be failing, you will be not getting inspired. So if you're not getting particular like right direction, and if you're not very much focused, then someone will sneak out from somewhere and they will take the profit out of you. Even when it has been a slow and steady struggle, I haven't made money in my life in one giant payout. It has always been a whole bunch of small things piling up. Thank you so much. Okay, so a person who can perform, a person who can be there, who can be on the stage, a person who can perform is better than 99.999% of the thousands of millions of audience who is sitting there and not performing. Because performing, being live, being out there, having the courage with to stand up on the stage with your abilities, with your inabilities, with your confidence, with your lack of confidence, with anything or everything, with all the vulnerabilities that you have, all the thousands of million thoughts that you have, standing up on the stage and doing the work, performing, is the real shit. Everyone's brain works differently. Some people love to take notes. Some actually might not taking is Twitter. Read. If I have some fundamental aha insight or concept, Twitter forces me to distill it into a few characters. Then I try to put out that there as an aphorism. Then I get attacked by random people who pointed all kinds of obvious exceptions and jump down my throat. Then I think, why did I do this again? Okay. When people go, are you seeking for something interesting? How do you go about reading it? Do you just flip to a random page and start reading? What is your process? I will start at the beginning, but I'll move fast. If it is not interesting, I will just start flipping it, skimming or speed reading. If it doesn't grab my attention within the first chapter or in a meaningful way or positive way, I will either drop the book or skip ahead a few chapters. I don't believe in delayed gratification when there are infinite number of books out there to be read. There are so many great books. The number of books completed in a is a vanity metric. As you know more, you leave more books unfinished. Focus on new concepts and creative power. Generally, I skim. I'll move fast forward. I'll try and find a part to catch my attention. Most books have one point to make. Obviously, this is non-fiction. I am not telling about fiction. They have one point to make. They make it, and then they give you example after example after example after example, and they apply it to explain everything in the world. Once I feel like I have gotten the gist, I feel very comfortable putting the book down. There is a lot of things, what I would call pseudoscience bestseller. People are like, "Oh, did you read this book?" I will say yes, but the reality is, I read maybe two chapters of it. I got the gist. So this is what I was also doing. I was reading this book, the Charles Dickens, like book by Charles Dickens, and the book name is like it's written here. I'm trying Bleak House. I read this book, and in the essence, in the summary, I got the summary by using ChatGPT. I was not lying. So I read two chapters, or couple of chapters of it. I got an understanding about it. I didn't get the complete interest in the book, so I skipped the book. But it's not that I skipped it completely. I got the sense of it. I got the gist of it. That's what the author is saying here. If you get the gist of the book, then you read the author over. Now it doesn't. It's almost written. There are hundreds and millions of things to do in the world. Reading one by word by word, chapter by chapter is not very important. Understanding what the author is trying to say, what is mean to say, what is there in his mind and in his heart. If you connect those things, it is equal. What practices do you follow to internalize or organize information from reading books? Explain what you learned to something else. What can I do for the next 60 days to become a clearer and more independent thinker? Read the greats in math, science, philosophy. Ignore your contemporary and news. Avoid tribal and identification. Put truth above social approval. Study logic and math. No book in the library should scare you, whether it's a math, physics, electrical engineering, sociology, or economics book. You should be able to take any book down off the shelf and read it. A number of them are going to be too difficult for you. That's okay. Read them anyway. Then go back and read them, and then read it. When you are reading a book, you are confused. Your confusion is similar to the pain you get in the gym when you are working out, but you are building muscles. You're building mental muscles instead of physical muscles. Learn how to learn and read the books. I will maybe agree, maybe not agree with this point. Physical muscle, mental muscle, everything is very important because everything gives you confidence. One thing well, one thing not well will not work. If your body is not completely in shape and it is out there performing, you may or may not perform. But if your body is completely in shape, then you will be performing 100 times to 1000 times better than other people. You know the examples, like I don't know Virat Kohli, okay. I have people in my life I consider to be very well read who are not very smart. The reason is because even though they are very well read, they read the wrong things in the wrong order. They start out reading a set of false and just or just weakly true things, and those formed the axioms or the foundations of their world view. Then, when the new things came, they judge the new idea based on the foundation they already built. The foundation is critical. When it comes to reading, make sure foundation is very, very, very high quality and you're able to every day accept new things with a positive outlook. That's what improves you in any field or any field in the world. You have a very good, strong backing, and a very good, strong knowledge, very good, strong base. But if you are not able to learn from your superiors, from your juniors, from your like anything or everything, or anybody or everybody who comes around you, then like nothing. The best is to have a high quality foundation. But the trick is to stick to science and to stick to the basics. Generally, there are only a few things you can read. People don't disagree with. Very few people disagree to this to four, right? This is knowledge. Mathematics is a social foundation. Okay, now I'm getting it. Similarly, the hard sciences are a social foundation. Microeconomics is the social foundation. The moment you start wandering outside of these social foundations, you are in trouble because now you don't know what is true and what is false. I would focus as much as I could on having self foundation. This is why the people who are having the strong basics in the world are appreciated and respected. The people who are running a company, they know their numbers, they know the math, and that's why people who are running the family, who are running the nation, who are running anything or everything, who are running higher the ledger, they know the math. That's why they're respected everywhere and everywhere in the world. If you don't understand the math, you don't respect the math, and the basics is not based on math, then like at some stage of life you'll be back. You'll be turned towards this back maths and science books, and you have to learn the basics again. Thank you so much, guys.